Welcome to the first Daçade Discussion, and today's discussion topic was requested by, Chance House over at CNC Productions 59. So check that out later or whenever you want. Skip this video, go to it right now if you want. But war, it's a very common topic actually. We hear about it all the time actually, in the news, on the web. You know, war has been going on since we've been around basically. You know, it's unstoppable basically. I know that doesn't sound very hopeful, but it's a fact. People are going to fight, and they fight for different reasons, and whether it's religious reasons, whether it's more political, just happens all the time. So it's kind of tough. It's really tough, you know, but there's always a war going on somewhere, and it's just something we have to deal with, and in the future strive to stop fighting so much, you know. But yeah, it's very common, and it's always happening. So that's basics of it. And there is another type of war though, and that's spiritual warfare, which is less talked about, and it's just as prevalent, if not more, actually. So what I mean by that is it's more of there are internal battles we deal with, each one of us, at different times, and they can be just as bad even, and that seems weird to think of it as just as bad as traditional warfare, you know, conventional stuff, weapons and wars, you know, but there's spiritual and mental wars that we deal with all the time. So it's very tough, and it's just a fact of life. The Bible talks about war, especially the Old Testament. There are wars that the Israelites fought, and God told them to take the Holy Land and this and that, and different groups fought them over it, and that's still going on today, basically. You know, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that continues. It's not good, but it's a fact of life that there are wars, and yep, it's just it's what it is. So yeah, the Bible talks about war, and it's just what goes on. So I'm not an expert on war, but I know that unless we can all change and learn to live with each other, regardless of what each of us believes that and what our ideas are for what's good, there will be wars. But religion is not the only cause of war. Like I said, there's political causes too, which are probably more complex, I would say. And you know, just we have to remember that it's not something that we should always dwell upon, you know, the bad. There's plenty good out there, and there's hope for the future, even though the present may seem grim. So, what do you guys think about war? I know there are different types of wars, as in causes of war, or if they're just or unjust. And that's one of the things that if you're a Christian, you probably know that the church, and I mean a lot of people know this, that the church in the Crusades, that was a holy war, and I personally don't believe that was just in a lot of its reasons. All they wanted was to get back into the Holy Land and take it from the Muslims, and which I wish they wouldn't have had used the name of Christ to do that, because it's a big scar on the church, and it's not good. But there are just wars, I would say. Fighting the Nazis, that's definitely just. Just think, like, if no one would have stepped in and stopped them, there might not be even as many Jews as there are now. I mean, it was bad. It was a bad thing that they did, obviously, and it was good that America and the United Kingdom and France and all those other countries fought them in World War II. So that's just. But can't really think of another just war. There's a lot of debate about Vietnam and all that, which I don't think is considered just or unjust, like that, I would say. I don't know a lot about it anyway, so I'm not gonna really talk about that, but there are just wars out there, but I can only really think of one. So yes, that's those are my thoughts on war. I mean, war happens, and we sooner or later should find a way around it, whatever it is. Learn to agree and to live peacefully with each other, because that's what Christ would want. He came to live and die so that we may live life to the fullest. And so what do you guys think about war? You can post below, comment, and tell me your thoughts on this just controversial topic. So think about that, and post and stuff. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If you didn't, it's fine. Subscribe and stuff. See you later, guys.